In my view, the most important aspects of Mr. Gulen and the Hizmet movement to the common good is the aspiration of serving others. We call it here in the United States selflessness. To provide a place for everyone. Originated out of the Muslim religion. My name is Marcus Regalado. I'm currently the president and CEO of Aidant Enterprises. That's a consulting firm on international business development and green energy projects. Prior to that, I was a long-term employee of the local government here in Miami-Dade County as director of the Commission on Human Rights. I first became aware of the Hizmet movement, I would say approximately 3-4 years ago, when I was acquainted with the Turkish community here in South Florida. That's where I learned of the programs, special local programs of the movement here in the United States and specifically in South Florida. My overall opinion of the Hizmet movement is that it's a very positive movement throughout the world. Now more than ever, we need that type of activities. We need those types of individuals who are committed to working to provide a better place for everyone in the world. Then what struck me very favorably is that it is a movement that originated in Turkey. It is a movement that originated out of the Muslim religion. And we just need to have more people become aware of what the movement means to the countries and the people of the world. My views of Mr. Fethullah Gulen is that I wish I would know him personally, but from what I have read, he is one of the inspiring individuals that we have currently in the world today. I would compare him to, let's say, individuals such as Martin Luther King. I would even go as far as to say that, in my view, individuals that transform societies like Gandhi and others, to me, he is in that category. In my view, the most important aspects of Mr. Gulen and the Hizmet movement to the common good is the aspiration of serving others. We call it here in the United States selflessness, that you put yourself or you put others before yourself. And that's something that we need more today, more than ever, I would say. In my work as director of the Commission on Human Rights, I saw it almost on a daily basis, where people were discriminated against in employment, housing, or other issues because of factors they could not control, such as their race or their economic status. So the movement, in my view, tries to explain to people that we're all the same. In my particular situation, I can tell you that, and I've read some of Fethullah Gulen's writings, they have helped me on a personal level to, in my daily activities, in my business activities, in my family activities. So it's not only, I don't think it's only a movement that, tries to change millions of people, but I would say that it can really help individuals deal with their everyday life expectancies. First, let me say that I am not an expert in Islam, but from the point of view of how the West views Islam, and in some cases it is not a very positive view due to recent events, I think the Hizmet movement is a counterbalance for people in the West to understand that Islam is a peaceful religion. It is not a violent religion, and that those who use Islam to promote violence go against the teachings of Islam itself. Faith is, in my view, and throughout the centuries, has had its positive and its negative consequences. In many cases, faith has been used to inflict violence on other groups. It's very important that we have interfaith dialogue so that we can understand and respect each other's faiths. And this is also one of the important aspects, I think, of the Hizmet movement. I was very impressed with the Hizmet schools throughout the world. I had an opportunity to visit some schools in Africa, in Tanzania. Very impressed not only by the quality of the education, but by the commitment of the individuals, of the professors, many of Turkish origin, who have been away from their country for many years. And they live in those countries, they have their families there, and I have great respect for the commitment that the professors and teachers in the Hizmet schools throughout the world give each day to better the lives of those individuals in those particular countries. In one of my trips to Turkey, and actually more than once, I had the opportunity to visit Hizmet, and it's an amazing organization that provides aid, disaster aid, and other types of aids, not only in Turkey but throughout the world. But more importantly is that the Hizmet movement and these organizations are totally supported by the Turkish people, the Turkish private sector. They're non-governmental entities. And again, we have to have great respect for those individuals who give their time and their money to make these activities a reality. I would think that the criticism of the Hizmet movement, both within and outside of Turkey, is ignorance. Not many people know the scope of the movement. Maybe others are threatened by the scope of the movement, but in my view, it's irreversible from what I've seen in Turkey, and again outside Turkey, here in the United States. There are thousands of individuals, Turkish and non-Turkish, working to advance the principles of the movement. So it is irreversible. It's very fortunate for us that we have that movement, and I wish many others would learn from it. My most fond memories of Turkey, besides the food, is the people. That's what makes a country, and that's the most important thing. The hospitality, the way that the Turkish people are actually proud of their country. One thing that struck me the first time I went, and I've been there 4 times already, is the flags of the country, where you see them everywhere. That's a symbol of the country. That's, in my view, a symbol that, and you see it not only in government buildings, you see it in private buildings. So to me, that's a sign that the population is proud of their country. And that's a good thing. And I believe that that's going to move Turkey forward as an example in the region and the world. The areas of improvement, I think, is that more individuals need to know about the movement. The movement itself does not need improvement. It's the way to, inform other people, to win other people over. And there's no way that a movement that preaches taking care of a fellow human being, it's something that you cannot say no to. So I think that the improvement itself needs to be in that we need to talk more about the Hizmet movement, not less.
The only way you're going to make anyone have a better life. And the Hizmet movement concentrates on education, understands the importance of going into, war-torn countries and educating our children.
I think the Hizmet movement represents the core and heart of Islam in the sense that it promotes the notion of peace and the understanding of peace as central to our life together.